But this idea of holding a position but breathing, so standing strength but calming the nervous system with calm, relaxed breath. So a few little isometric holds. But we'll obviously do some mobilization and warm up first, but we'll put a few of those in as we go along. I'd like to get your feedback on it because it's stuff I've been practicing and I'm finding it really beneficial as well. So I'm clicking going live on Instagram. Should be going live on Instagram. Find your comfortable standing position. Taking your feet shoulder width apart. Let me find the zoom so I can see the zoomers. And just start with a little bit of loosening up the spine, relaxing the nervous system, bit of knocking. Breathing in and out through the nose. Nothing effortful. It's very relaxed, calm. Tall through the spine. Relaxing into the shoulders, between the shoulder blades. And then just slowing into water waves. And then slow it down. Just stand. So we're going to spend, let me just put my clock on so I can see timing. We're going to spend a couple of minutes in various just standing positions. So easy one to start with. Well, all of them are easy. Feet shoulder width apart, tall through the spine, soften into the knees, keep that pelvis relaxed so we're not tilting forwards or backwards. The idea is imagine you like got a little bit of string on the tailbone, pulling the tailbone towards the ground, tall through the spine, but just letting the arms relax by the side and just breathing in and out through the nose. And we're going to hold this position for a couple of minutes. Really good video this. Good online class. Stand for 2 minutes. Easy. They will get progressively more challenging as we go through the session. But the idea is standing strength, but calm, relaxed nervous system. So breathing calmly in and out through the nose. The focus on the breath can be thinking of soft inhale, slightly extending that exhale, and smoothing out the edges. So the transitions between the inhale and the exhale. You can relax into the face, soften and relax into the brow. Soften and relax into the eyes. Soften and relax into the jaw. Keep the knees soft, the feet grounded. If it starts to feel really uncomfortable, just move around a little bit. But if it starts to feel a little bit challenging, stay with that sense of challenge, but keeping the breath calm. As long as you can keep the breath calm, the mind relaxed, the face relaxed, then that's great. Follow 3 more breaths. Soft inhale, slightly lengthened exhale, smooth edges, and then have a little bit of a shake out. So you may have found even just standing there, legs starting to feel it nice and strong through that lower body. Add a little bit of movement. Let's do spinal cord, breathing in and breathing out. Let's do 3 more. And then have a little bit of a shake out. Next standing posture, we're going to do about 2 minutes again. The difference, I'm just thinking, because on Wednesday, on some of the sort of like the more strength sessions, I've been saying don't time it. Just go with the breath, and we've been doing a slightly more challenging position. So that's different because we've gone to the point, notice the breath, change the position. What we're doing here is subtly the other way around. We're going, right, how long can I hold this position? And it's going to start to feel challenging, but I'm keeping the breath calm. So the breath has been guiding before. This is what we're doing here. The breath is still guiding, but we're keeping that breath calm. And when it starts to feel a little bit more challenging, can we still keep that breath calm? Still, can that breath keep telling the nervous system that everything is good? So it's a subtle, or maybe not so subtle, difference. The postures aren't as challenging as sort of like holding a squat at the bottom of a squat position. Next position, softness in the knees, softness in the hips, relaxed shoulders, but we're just going to bring that little bit of tension, and by tension I don't mean just tightening everything up, but we're creating that little bit of tension by spreading the palms and facing the palms towards the ground, a little bit of roundness in the elbows. So it's almost like you're gently pushing down into the ground and lengthening up through the crown. So we're going to hold this position as an intention, a purpose in the position, but we're breathing in and out through the nose. We're softening into the brow, softening into the eyes. Standing strength, but calming the nervous system, telling the brain, yeah, everything is good. Relaxing into the eyes, all around the eye sockets. Softening and relaxing into the jaw, tongue position. Focusing on the soft inhale as you're breathing in. Maybe you can feel that inhale here, the side of the ribs, soft inhale. Slightly slower exhale. Smoothing the edges of the breath. Inner smile always works as well. Tongue position. Three more breaths. Take a fuller breath, have a little bit of a shake out. I'm just thinking that at the weekend I did a longer run than I've done for a long time. So I had this niggly trapped nerve in my ankle and I haven't wanted to push it because it affects obviously your gait cycle, the rest of your body. And this weekend it eased quite a bit and I thought I want to start building the mile up. And that was the thing I kept coming back to, is just relaxing the jaw, relaxing the face, just resting the tongue in the roof of the mouth. I was going really slow. It's quick cadence, slow pace, but remembering just to relax the face just reminds the nervous system, no, we're all good. Have a little bit of a shake and we'll do dog wags the tail. Shifting the weight side to side, letting the spine ripple. Come into rest. Same thing, feet shoulder width apart, softness in the ankles, softness in the knees. Some of the things that we might get into is we might start to lock the knees out. So making sure you're not locking the knees out, we're just softening the knees. But by softening the knees, we're not going into a squat, and that pelvis just rests. So you imagine you've got that little string or little plumb line, bringing the tailbone down helps to lift the spine. And then we're just going to bring the palms together and we're going to push, so about heart center height or sternum height, chest height, and just create that little bit of pressure, pushing the hands together. So pressing the palms together, keeping the shoulders down. And we're going to hold this position and then just breathing easy. Upper body resistance training. So all we're doing, putting pressure, we're not having to do press ups or anything like that. You're putting that pressure through the palms, spreading out the tendons, shoulders down, strength in the back, tall through the spine, relaxing into the face, softening, relaxing into the brow, softening and relaxing into the eyes, softening and relaxing into the jaw, inner smile, breathing easy, calm, effortless breath. Soft inhale, Maybe this is a nice opportunity to breathe into the back, feel that space in the back. Relaxing the face, the jaw. I did a class on Friday with the breath source. We did a holiday Christmas class with a few breath coaches. And Lottie, I think Lottie's in the Netherlands actually. She said a really simple thing when we were taking those slightly fuller breaths, like breathing into the back or breathing into the ribs. And it's like you're stretching from the inside. And it was just such a really clear, simple visualization. Because quite often when we're taking big breaths, we worry that we're over breathing, but we're not doing those big breaths for the purpose of breathing. We're doing those big breaths for the purpose of stretching from the inside. So maybe here you can feel, if you take a slightly slower, fuller breath, just stretching the rib cage in the back from the inside. And then you can slow that in, exhale out. Keep gentle pushing. Yeah, it starts to work, starts to feel that resistance. 3 more breaths. And then have a little shake out. And if it does get too much, as we do when we're doing slightly stronger postures, if it does get too much, if the breath starts to change, it gets irregular, you need to hold the breath, then you stop. Don't go with forcing anything. Challenge yourself. Do not necessarily force yourself. Let's balance on one leg and let's do that flexion and point of the foot. Let's do ankle circles, spreading the toes. Breathing easy in and out through the nose. Change direction. Shake that ankle out. Let's go back to the other side. Balance, point and flex. Circle. Spreading the toes. Change direction. Oop. Shake out. Standing, gentle roll of the shoulders. Use the spine as well. Change direction. And shake out. Back to shoulder width apart with the feet. Soft. Ankles connecting to the ground, soften into the knees. Pelvis balance, tall through the spine. Let's do embracing the tree. So palms facing chest. So it's almost like imagine you're just holding one of those fit balls. So elbows drop a little bit. Breathing. It's one of my favorite standing postures, this, just to stand for a while in this position. So tuning in with the breath, softening the inhale. Slowing the exhale a little without it creating any tightness or tension. So we're not holding the breath. Think of the smoothness of the breath, the elasticity of the rib cage as you're breathing in and out. Smooth transitions between the inhale and the exhale. Think of all those internal stretches in the rib cage as you're breathing in. And making sure you're breathing out, slowing the exhale. Notice any tiny adjustments the body makes as well. Just felt my shoulders drop a little bit more there, my neck lengthen a little bit more. All of these tiny things, just tune in. Soften into the brow, softening into the eyes. Following 3 more breaths. And then when you've done that, have a little shake out again. Let's do slightly slower washing the face. Get that rotation through the spine as well. So watch as I bring this arm forwards, rotates the spine, and then you bring that arm forwards, you get that spine rotation as well. I'm not just doing this, just let that spine naturally rotate. You'll notice it brings it into the hips as well, it brings it into the knees. We're almost going into a little bit of knocking. So just allow that whole body to work, even though we're just doing a washing the face. And change direction. And shake out. In fact, I was just thinking as I was doing that, we think of it as an arm movement, but go back to that whole Qigong idea is everything starts from the center. So even though I'm doing an arm movement, I'm actually starting that arm movement from the center. Even when you go the other way around, it's a lot easier to move from the center to create that movement. Shake out. Let's do 2 more, but it's the same thing but opposite sides. So we've done in the more movement and strength session, We've done previously a curtsy squat where we've gone behind and you've gone into a curtsy squat. What I want to do is to not go anywhere near that full range of curtsy squat, but you're just going to balance on this leg and you're just going to go as if you are about to do it. So you soften into this hip and you just balance the toe on the ground. So you've almost got like a little bit of a twist through the leg, a ringing through the leg. That hip drops out a little bit. So we're just standing in that position. Now, if you get any pain in the knees or hip, stop. But this is a really good one for walking and running. It's the landing position. It's the absorbing position when you land on the ground. So holding that position, great balance position as well. Holding that position and breathing. So softening and relaxing into the eyes. You just let the arms relax by the side, or if you need to balance, please do balance a little bit. Use the tigers. Soften and relax into the eyes. Soften and relax into the jaw, the cheekbones, the brow. You start to feel the foot working. This is one I've discovered recently because we always do the balancing on one leg, almost like in the push off or the mid stance position. We never do this strengthening of the absorption when we land onto the ground. And this really, by now, you might feel a little bit of challenge, but remember, challenge the body, relax the nervous system, breathing easy in and out through the nose. If there's a massive change in the breath, stop. If anything hurts, stop and then have a little bit of a shake out. Just stand for a moment. That side might feel, whoa, I've really been working. And then we do the other side. So imagine you're going to go into that curtsy squat, but we're not going into the full squat. You get that little bit of rotation, that hip drops a little bit, knee drops in a little bit, and then balance. Might feel slightly different one side to the other. Breathing, tall through the spine, relax the shoulders. You might feel lots of micro adjustments in the feet. Breathing. Obviously, if there's any pain, you stop. Breathing, 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 breathing. Soft inhale. Slow exhale. Smoothing out the edges. And take a rest. Shake out those legs. Breathing in. Breathing out. Think of that fuller breath as that internal stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more into our favorite standing posture, bamboo in the wind. Bringing the feet together, closing your eyes. And now taking a calm, full breath in through the nose, opening your eyes, stepping out, brushing down. Oh, sorry, we've gone a little bit over time there. A little bit different, play around with that. I'd be interested to get your feedback on that. On Wednesday, we might do the other way around as well, where we're doing that little bit more challenging, but then being guided by the breath. So let's just explore together, have some fun, be curious, have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you as always for jumping in and for your support, and I will see you on Wednesday. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.